Basha Bobcats. Welcome to the Bobcat Broadcast.
I'm Lily.
And I'm Amber, reporting for today's news, October 25th. Today's our Teachers Festival of the Day, too.
For today's lunch choices, we have turkey barbacoa quesadilla, cheese quesadilla, chicken and green chili tamale, chicken ranch wrap, and PB&J pack. For vegetables, we have chicken pintos, I'm pretty sure, baby carrots, diced pears, fresh fruit variety, 100% fruit juice, 1% white milk, and skim chocolate milk.
For events, we have author visit 1st and 2nd grade and 3D printing.
Events, we have the turkey trot, school dance,
And Basha Family
Fun Night. Team 4 for Flag Corps, we have Dakota and Aurora in Miss Valdivia's class, and Taylor and Chloe in Miss Alicea's class. Sorry if I said any of your names wrong. Junior coaches, we have
Liam, Julian, and Avery from Dr. S's class for kindergarten. For 1st grade, we have Juliana, Izzy, and Ari from Miss Alizea and Gonzalez's class. For 3rd grade, we have Hennessy, Hensley, and Sean from Miss Alicea's class. And for 2nd grade, we have Owen, Ryan, and Eliana from Miss Alexander's class.
Good morning, Basha Bobcats, and today is Friday, October 25th. We have quite a few Pride in the Pack students, so here we go. In kindergarten, great job to Dawson and Shade in Mrs. Lee's class, Mila and Sophia in Mrs. Wells' class, and in Mrs. Jacobs' class, we have Dominic and Ace. In 1st grade, Mrs. Bald's class, we have Maddie Carmen, and Mrs. Wallen's class, we have Brainerd and Zane. Zane in Miss Wallen's class and Brainerd in Miss Brecky's class. In 2nd grade, Mrs. Linz's class, we have Tasneen, Ariana, and Valerie. In Mrs. Watts' class, we have Preston and Charlotte. In 3rd grade, Mrs. Tubolino's class, great job too, Casey, Emily, and Olivia. In Mrs. Richard's class, Harper, Fiorella, Shin, Adrian, James, Sam. In Mrs. Benton's 4th grade class, we have James, Jolly, Madison in Mrs. Thornburg's class, along with Jeremiah and Kushal and Alexa and Harper and Mariana. In Mrs. Contreras' 4th grade group, we have Maddie and Peyton and JJ. In Mr. Yontez's 5th grade class, great job to Omri, David, Dylan, and Evan in Miss Alexander's class, and Dylan in Mrs. Alexander's class. I apologize for that. And then in Mrs. Lauder's 6th grade class, we have Jackson and Jace. Next awards we have are perfect attendance, so students who were here the entire week of October 14th. In kindergarten, great job to AJ in Mrs. Wells' class and Scarlett in Mrs. Jacobs. 1st grade, Jackson in Miss Brecky's and Nora in Mrs. Bald's. 2nd grade, Wyatt in Miss Edwards and Kimberly in Mrs. Watts' class. 3rd grade, Elliot in Mrs. Richard's class and Davis in Miss Tubolino's. 4th grade, Phoenix in Mrs. Benton's and Madison in Mrs. Thornburg's. 5th grade, Evan in Miss Alexander and Brooklyn in Dr. Schoenfelder's class. 6th grade, Sedona in Miss Gianetto's and Austin in Miss Lauder's class. Boys and girls, make sure you go see Mrs. Mrs. Beck for your award. And one last announcement, next Friday is our Basha Family Fun Night. It is a fun night full of carnival games, bounce houses, and food trucks. So we hope to see you there. Tickets are going on sale right now. Your teachers have a flyer for you to be sent out, and it'll also be in our weekly blurb. So make sure you tell your parents about that, and we hope to see you at Basha Family Fun Night. Have a wonderful Friday, boys and girls.